I went to Clermont. It's an interesting country town. There's more people at the alcohol place than there is anywhere else. Anyway, I'm on the way to Alpha. And I realised something. When I did the lap, I did half the lap. And that was 14 years ago. I had a little Mitsubishi Express, twin rear doors, or double doors. And I had no worries about stopping anywhere I wanted to stop, park anywhere I wanted to park, even drive up hills and be up on a mound. Now, in this car, van, I have a lot of trepidation. Very, what was that, 2012, 2020, 14 years ago. I don't know, I must be getting a bit, I don't know, fearful in my old age. I have no idea. Oh, look at that pretty flower. Look, green. Where is it? There it is. Green amongst all this rock. A lot of white crystal, white quartz here. As it's so general, people don't think much of it. But hey, quartz is quartz, I say. It's always got something, some sort of energy attached to it. All depends on what we like ourselves, isn't it, really? Anyway, just a little walk. Look at this. I wish you couldn't hear my footsteps. I'm actually on land that there's no fences, and it says 20 k's. Be careful of the cattle for 20 k's. So there is cattle poop here. There's cattle bones. Oh, there's probably a kangaroo bone. Not sure, but it's fairly old. Yeah, I found this. So there's a couple of places I've looked at. I found this place, and geez, way off the road. Way off the main road. There's my horse. See that little beast over there? Wouldn't believe it. The heat lamp light was flashing the other day. I was doing 100 k's, and when it started to flash, I lost power and went down to 80 k's. I put foot on the accelerator, no power, but it stayed on 80 k's. Got a bit worried because last time it happened, I was down at Grafton, coming back from Swansea, and yeah, I just come out of the service station, and bang, the light was on. I was like, what's going on here? So I just pulled up on the side of the road, and I waited, and then tried it. I think I tried it twice before it actually just went out, and I never had a problem with it again until the other day. And I rang around. I was out, where was I? I was between Blackwater and Emerald, and the Emerald rodeo was on, some sort of championship for the junior grades. Anyway, not one mobile mechanic answered their phone, and I was ringing up at Emerald, people around there, and then probably about an hour later I got someone saying, oh, we're not working today. Well, fair enough. And so then anyway, I'm telling the story to my ex, who we're probably my best friend at the moment, and probably going to be my only best friend. Being 10 years in a relationship, being with someone, not by myself, because like I wasn't working, I was mental. am. And yeah, I wasn't working. I drive taxis on Saturdays and every now and again on Sunday. But that was it. But the rest of the time I was at home. And in the beginning I was doing renovations to the house and painting and gardening. But then when all that was done, I don't know, it was up and down for me. Up and down. In another video I shared how a psychologist got me to stop taking some of my drugs because he wanted to see me who I really was without the drugs. And in that, I didn't take one of my drugs and out. Thank God Glennie is a strong woman. Otherwise, I would have been kicked out on the street. Yeah. Thank God. Thank God that I met up with Glennie back in 2016. What a wonderful woman she is. So anyway, I was telling her the story and she rang up some guy at Blackwater. She goes, ring this guy up. I said, okay. So I ring him up. He's gone, yep, I can help you out. And it's going to cost you $300 if I go to you. Or if you come to me, it probably cost you $100. I said, no worries, I'll give it a go. There's only this, like, it says it's an exhaust light, but it happened to be an engine light. And the heat lamp light flashing. So anyway, I'd stopped for over an hour, and you wouldn't believe it, the heat lamp light didn't come back on. So I drove from where I was, can't think of it, but I drove to Blackwater, and the man was telling me that what happens with the diesel with the DPF, sometimes the heat lamp light will flash while you're driving because the vehicle's tried to do a burn off and I've turned the car off in the middle of the burn off, like I'm doing 100 Ks and I just pull up the side of the road and turn the car off. And so I've turned the ignition off halfway through a burn, a DPF burn. And doing that a couple of times in the trip can make the coil, the heat lamp light, flash on and off. And I went, oh, okay. So anyway, he put it on the computer. Being a VW, if you're not a VW technician, the old car doesn't let you do much. But he got to see that the engine light was on. And even though in the book it says the exhaust light, that goddamn thing was an engine light. And so he tested everything and all the things that were listed on the computer. I knew what they were because anyway, I know what they are. And he said, oh, look, I can only wipe the engine light. I said, oh, that'll do. I said, when I get back to town, I'll take the car to VW, see what they say. But yeah, I haven't had a problem with it, but I'm still a bit dubious. Every sound the car makes, I go, oh God, listen to that. What's that sound? Freaking out a little bit. These things happen, don't they, I suppose, when you're driving out in the country and a long way away from home and a long way away from any help. Yeah, so this is where I think I'll stay tonight. Yeah. I really would like the open spot so I can have my Starlink on. But we'll wait and see. How quiet is that? Oh, here comes the car.